5-year-old found dead after being denied an Amber Alert. Let me say that again. A 5-year-old was found dead after being denied an Amber Alert. This happened in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A family is mourning the loss of a 5-year-old, Prince McCree, who was murdered and found in a dumpster a day after disappearing from his home last month. Despite his parents' plea for help from authorities at the time, a state elected official said the family's request for an Amber Alert had been denied on a technicality. My God, nothing about a child should be denied on the form of a damn technicality. Let's just say that and say it clear. And these technicalities that they deny people on so often happens to Black families and Black kids. According to Atlanta Black Star, in this state, there are very specific markers for Amber Alerts to be activated. First and foremost, the child has to be believed to be in serious physical danger or facing a life-threatening situation, contingent upon the availability of sufficient descriptive information about the child, the suspect, and or the suspect vehicle, according to the State Justice Department website. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, State Justice Department website, go to hell. Go to hell. I don't need to have physical information about who kidnapped or stole a 5-year-old. If 5-year-old parents don't know where that child is, that's enough to put out an Amber Alert. And if that ain't your system, if that ain't the answer, then your system is all wrong, all broken. Nina, what do you think about that? Ridiculous.
Yeah, Mayor. Yeah, if a child is missing, let's just go ahead and amp this up to a 10 and deal with it if it's a 5 along the way. But you treat it like a serious incident from the beginning. And they should be ashamed of themselves and whatever technicality. Hopefully policymakers are changing that right now, but it shouldn't even take a policy. It's called common sense. My grandmother used to talk about it all the time. And when she said common sense ain't that common, in this case, we can fully see that a baby missing, and they having a cavalier attitude, like she said. I don't even want to put an analogy in this. The baby was missing. Authorities did not comport themselves in a way that made this a top level for them. And here we have the baby's dead.
The baby's dead. And that is absolutely disgusting to me. And then you asked about that technicality, sister. Guess what it was? The family could not provide the authorities with the name of the suspect or the vehicle that may have been connected to Prince's disappearance.
Makes no sense.
I don't know.
Or the technicality, Mayor. The technicality was he was Black. Maybe that was the technicality.
I mean, that is the given, right? That is the unspoken. The Wisconsin Justice Department refusal to issue an Amber Alert has sparked debate with some politicians and activists, like State Senator LaTonya Johnson, contending that the state's stringent alert criteria hinder the search for missing endangered children, especially Black children who are often underreported by the media and met with apparent police indifference. Let me tell you something. We know how comfortable America is with the screams and the pains of Black folk. But a 5-year-old child going missing and there's any technicalities from stopping, I don't understand why all hands on deck was an issue immediately. Amber, Black, white, red, blue, all your alerts should have been going off when the family called you and said they didn't know where their 5-year-old was. It shouldn't take a senator in Johnson or an activist across that state to say that. That should be common sense. The senator said to NBC News about his ineligibility for an Amber Alert that pisses me off. It should piss anybody with a soul off. Something is wrong when a 5-year-old does not qualify for an Amber Alert. And also mentioned she heard the family say, if this was a little white boy, more would have been done. We damn well know that. America has a wonderful, wonderful history, Sister Nina, in finding and defending white folk.
And they should, anybody's child, right, Mary? Because that's what we're saying. Anybody's child. We don't care their ethnicity, racial. We don't care. All we are saying is that systemically in this country, when it comes to Black children, it doesn't yield the same type of let's get into gear, let's get into action as it would for a white child. So treat this Black child like you would treat a white child. I mean, that's what this comes down to at this point. It is, it's galling. It's immoral. I mean, all kinds of emotions should be flowing through people right now to know that this baby's life could have been saved and that authorities acted like they was just a regular report of a barking dog or something like that. I mean, really, really chilling that what happened to this family. And now they are gonna have to bury their 5-year-old baby. I mean, it just brings tears to your eyes. And beyond, I want to know what's going to happen so that this is different the next time, really, because now this child's life death should not be in vain. What are they going to do for the next time? And it does come down to common sense. Why? What? I mean, I'm glad we got the Amber Alert, but why we got to have all that? For the authorities to take seriously that a 5-year-old baby is missing. Most parents or caregivers are not going to make that up. And guess what? If they make that kind of stuff up, we got laws for that too. But you treat it on 10 from the moment it's reported and let everything else be sorted out. Oh my God.
That's a fact. Some more reporting on this from Atlanta Black Star says, since its state's implementation of the alarm system over 2 decades ago, Wisconsin has only issued 57 Amber Alerts, and I bet you it should be more. The system has a 50-50 rate of recovering children 17 years and under. Prince's family initially believed his race had something to do with them not issuing an Amber Alert. We know that for a fact, according to the senator, but Johnson explained that the issue is the system. The issue is the system that does not negate the fact that he was a little black boy missing. Some activists are pushing for a new system to be created called the Lily Alert for missing kids like the system namesake, Lily Peters and Prince, who do not meet the Amber Alert criteria. However, even if the Amber Alert had been issued for Prince, it would have saved his life. Would not have saved his life. This is what authorities believe. Of course, they're going to say that because I'm not even going to finish that. Because I see what I won't do is I won't get caught up. My mouth wouldn't even let me. I started stuttering the minute I started to read that ridiculousness. How do we know when he was found a day after he was dead? I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to do this with them and give them. And I hate when there's articles just taking whatever you're fed from these authorities and reading it as if it's true, muddying the water. We don't know what would have happened if that Amber Alert was issued because it wasn't. The police records. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
I was going to say the Amber Alert is a system that was created, so we can create the system any way we want. I mean, for them to act like it's immutable, that nothing can be done about it. It can be. The system itself can be changed, and you can go above and beyond. Right, man? Was there some law out there on the books that said they couldn't go above and beyond the Amber Alert criteria? Because the Amber Alert is just a frame, but there's nothing that says you can't go above and beyond that.
That's a fact. I'm gonna talk a little bit right now about the police records and what they said happened to this child, but I do want to preface it by letting people know that it is graphic and disgusting. Police records state that Prince died after being beat to death with a 30-pound barbell and a golf club while he was playing video games in his home, and that the killer also stabbed him during the beating and dropped a ceramic bird bath on the child's head. Prince was discovered about a mile from his family's home, on Thursday, October 26th, blood-soaked, bound, and gagged in a fetal position in a dumpster a day after he went missing. 2 residents of Prince's household, 15-year-old Eric Mendoza, not pictured, and 27-year-old David Pictured, stand accused of this heinous crime. Police said they confessed to brutally assaulting the child before placing his body inside a garbage bag and discarding it in the dumpster. Mendoza also is accused of committing 3 random stabbings 2 days before Prince's murder. Those victims were all attacked from behind on the street, but none were fatally injured. This is rough. Nina, can you say something?
What I would say, they would have to bleep it. Those are monsters. And there, quite frankly, there are some people walking the face of the earth who are really just that. This really reminds me of Emmett Till too. You know, what Emmett Till had to endure. I mean, the type of mentality that it would take to do this to any person, but especially to a baby. It is heinous as hell. And everybody should see in this baby their babies. I mean, I don't even know how we were able to do this story. The parents, the other relatives of this baby just have no effing words for it. None. For what happened to this little baby. And you can imagine the pain at the time that this was happening to this baby. And then they got the nerve to talk about some damn technicality. F they technicalities.